What's good? What's up, y'all? It's your boy Merv from the Black and Gold Hour Show, a show where we talk about your New Orleans Saints. And this is an old t-shirt because the New Orleans Saints playoffs is really not in the sentence right now. But the New Orleans Saints do have the easiest remaining schedule in the NFL. A game in LA against the Chargers on Sunday. And some players coming back from injury. So it's a lot to talk about, and I'm going to unpack it all, give y'all my quick thoughts about it. But let's get into it. Get it. All right, so boom, the New Orleans Saints have a game against the Chargers on Sunday. And honestly, looking at the remaining schedule, man, I just wanted to kind of tap in on this episode and talk about it. The New Orleans Saints have one of the easiest, if not the easiest remaining schedule in the NFL. They have the Chargers, Atlanta, Cleveland, Washington, which won't be an easy game. And he's a mobile quarterback, I'm not too feeling good about that one. And then we have the Packers, and then we just have the Cleveland Browns. It's just so many winnable games. But when it comes to the New Orleans Saints right now in this season, man, are there any winnable games? But the New Orleans Saints do have a myriad of players coming back, such as Taysom Hill. We have Cesar Ruiz coming back. We have a lot of players coming back from injury. We have Pete Werner coming back slowly but surely. New Orleans Saints are looking good, and Alvin Kamara just signed a 2-year extension. And Dennis Allen, based on his press conference, he believes the New Orleans Saints are still a contender. They still believe that they have the right pieces in the building. Alvin Kamara believes they have the right pieces in the building as well, as far as players go. But the New Orleans Saints still have a lot to leave on, to show us as who that nation, especially going into next season. I mean, there's so much going on with the New Orleans Saints right now, but they still believe that they can win. And honestly, if you look at the schedules in the NFC, things would have to go perfect, but the New Orleans Saints do have a shot for the playoffs. Now, hold on. I'm not saying the New Orleans Saints are going to the playoffs, but what I'm saying is the New Orleans Saints do have some winnable games ahead. Now, let's kind of talk about this Chargers game. The Chargers just lost last week. Didn't play well, didn't play to the best of their ability. And they may be looking at the New Orleans Saints as a bounce back kind of game, but the New Orleans Saints have a lot to prove as well, as they've lost 5 in a row. Man, y'all saw my TikTok, man. Y'all saw it. I'm frustrated, man. I'm mad. I'm sick of the performance, the energy, the lack of effort, the passion that I'm seeing on the field. Your boys had enough, man. And I'm one of the positive Saints fans. I'm even smiling right now. But at the same time, man, I'm tired, man. What Dennis Allen is putting out on the field and talking in press conferences is like, we don't see what we're seeing on the field. Like he's seeing something completely different from the rest of us. Like they must know another sport other than football, and we're not really watching the same sport right now because they're on a different planet as far as what they're seeing. But I'm seeing a team that lacks focus, discipline, leadership. As far as coaching staff, it's not there. There are players who don't trust the coaching staff, and it's just, man, the New Orleans Saints are in a spot right now. And honestly, the New Orleans Saints need to win just for city morale, man. I was in the city last week for about a week for both games, and man, you could just see the lack of energy in the Superdome. You could see people scrolling on their phones. You could see people just eating like they're not watching the game, man. They're just there for entertainment. Last week I was just there for the Drew Brees halftime Hall of Fame induction celebration, and it was a great celebration. But the New Orleans Saints did not put on a great performance against the Denver Broncos. Sean Payton coming back, a host of New Orleans Saints past players, Will Lutz, so many different people, Marquez Callaway. There's so many people that were in the building who we know and cherished as a New Orleans Saint, and they came and put on an abysmal show for the city, man. So we got to see something here in LA from the New Orleans Saints, and the only thing that we want to see at this point is not moral victories. The victories in the win column. The New Orleans Saints have to win this game, or Dennis Allen must go. He must leave today. He must leave as soon as the New Orleans Saints lose this game. There's no way that Mickey Loomis can continue to gaslight us into believing that the New Orleans Saints are a competitive team with the right direction and with the right head coach in the building. So the New Orleans Saints have to show up. They have some winnable games on the schedule. Atlanta, who's playing pretty well, but they're still a division rival. It's a winnable game. Carolina, the Browns, who are in a disarray with the loss of Deshaun Watson. We have the Packers, who are a very good team, and we know what mobile quarterbacks do for us, but we can get these wins if players play with passion, if they play with effort, and that's going to start with leadership. Obviously, not leadership from the coaching, but leadership on the field from the leaders. Cam, DeMario, Alvin Kamara, Marshawn Lattimore, they have to bring that energy, because obviously the coaching staff won't do it. And then we'll be able to see what the New Orleans Saints can do. With Taysom Hill coming back, we'll be able to properly evaluate Spencer Rattler and see exactly what he can do, because without an offensive line, there's not much you can do. We have Lucas Patrick coming back as well. It's just one of those situations right now where Spencer Rattler wasn't put in a good spot. And you could also say the same thing for Derek Carr when he returns, and I think he's going to return in a couple games as well. So New Orleans Saints have a lot to prove over these next games as players begin to come back and as the season begins to wind down, because I mean, it's crazy. We're already on week 8, and the New Orleans Saints has just been a disappointing season. Just from the first 2 weeks, I've had Dallas and Atlanta fans in my TikTok comments, just on my YouTube comments, and they're just like, man, like, what happened? What happened? And I tell them what I tell them. The NFL is a cutthroat league, man, and we just got to see what happens, man. But I just wanted to kind of say, man, if you lost your hope for the team over the season, the New Orleans Saints still have the easiest schedule in the league. We can see what players are made of. And maybe, just maybe, with the perfect situation and some divine intervention, the New Orleans Saints can be playing for a playoff spot. Potentially. Maybe. Or maybe I'm just being hopeful again. But thank you guys for watching the show. And now, typically for my Murs Speak segments, man, y'all know I'm always coming from a positive lens. But today I kind of wanted to tap in and get real with y'all, man, because, man, there's just so much going on in this world, and sometimes we just need that real spill, you know what I'm saying? So I've been talking with my partners and my community, and we all kind of got similar situations and similar thought processes and similar traits as we look to, you know, be of service to the world, to give that kindness, compassion, and empathy to others, man. And remember those 3 words: kindness, compassion, and empathy, because you're someone who's striving for greatness and wants to be of service to the world, to be of service for God, and to really love others to the best of your ability. Then you have to understand 2 other words: balance and boundaries, because there are always going to be people who come into your life just for a short time, because it's just a short time, because they'll be gone. Because their intentions, their morals, their character just don't align. And these people may be people you run into or you meet throughout your walk and your journey in life, or could be your family or close ones to you, and they'll say the right things, they'll look the part. And what you'll begin to realize is looking the part isn't the part. Your standards must be those that are the fruits of the Spirit. That's patience, love, joy, kindness, goodness, self-control, those things. And you keep those around you who demonstrate those things, who have that ambition, that love, that commitment, that responsibility for themselves to be all that they can be. And anyone who has intentions to use your kindness, compassion, and empathy for their own self-gain, cut them out. Never let them in your life again. And they may reach out. They may pretend like it's all good. They may pretend like you don't know, because they think you only paying attention to the surface. But you don't know they don't know you've been keeping a recording of it in your mind, body, spirit, and that you understand and you see it, and that you know that the innermost parts of their plans are destructive, and you won't have any parts of it. Cut them out, walk away, never talk to them ever again. But your community, the people that have the same standard as you, the same standard, they have the same morals, the same vision, the same hunger. You keep them in your life and you bring them close and you love on them, and you'll get that back. But just remember, y'all, stay focused. Anybody else, cut them off. If you don't know, cut them out. If there's any ambiguity, They're not worth your time. Cut them out your life. Keep growing, keep thriving, and keep trusting. Thank you guys for watching. It's your boy Merv. Peace.